Welcome to the SFL. I'm Cameron Irvine, lead play-by-play man and commissioner of the First Football eSport League, and this extensive guide will help you find everything you need to get the full SFL experience, or the experience you want. The first step to learning more about the league is on SFL Interactive, the multimedia hub of our website. Head to simulationfl.net and click on the Interactive tab in the menu. Once you're there, create your profile and receive your first 10 points. They'll show up in the upper right-hand corner. Points can be used to pay for anything from player progression to photo galleries and so much more coming soon. On SFL Interactive, you can watch exclusive league content like behind-the-scenes footage and videos, amazing plays, and classic games. You can also watch live games every Sunday night and participate in live lotteries, which can net you more free points. Back on Discord, introduce yourself in the Introductions channel to receive permissions. Tell us how you found us, who you are, and what you're interested in. From here, you can message team owners and general managers and inquire about joining the live stats, beat writing, multimedia, or broadcast teams, and hunt for your future home on the field. There are two ways to get on a team, either as an undrafted free agent or through the rookie draft. If you join in the months of April, May, October, or November, you qualify for the rookie draft right away, since rosters are locked during these months while the league wraps up seasonal competition and teams are re-signing or signing veteran players. If you join in any other month, becoming an undrafted free agent is your most likely route. Either option can net you success. If you're going into the rookie draft, a little bit of everything can go a long way in a competitive field. Make an impression by purchasing or gaining your points for player progression in advance. Earn a high chat ranking and show your desire and professionalism in the community chat rooms and in private messages with teams. Join a league staff, team, or contribute to the league's general fund. Drafts are held at the beginning of every June and December. If you're going to get scooped up as an undrafted free agent, your chat ranking determines what type of opportunities you could have. To find out if there are any recent openings on teams, check the player openings section of Discord. If all rosters are full, don't be discouraged. Opportunities come up all the time, and it may just be the perfect fit to start your career. Every offseason, you're able to start completely from scratch if you want, or you can negotiate a new deal with your current team or a different squad. Games are broadcast Sundays through Tuesdays on our SFL networks on Twitch, YouTube, and Fuel. While you're subscribing to those feeds, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and give us some love on Instagram. If you need or want to talk to league staff, we're always listed in gold at the top right of the member list in Discord when we're online, and we'll always try to assist you or make time for you as best we can. That's the Simulation Football League, and that's just the start. Thanks for being here to make an impact. I can't wait to call your name.
And returning it back the other way is Jack Burton, and Carolina has a touchdown on a pick six.
Spins out of a sack, throws it to the back of the end zone. He's got his man. Touchdown.
So they're like, oh, well, we need real players. Like, oh, okay. So you need a quarterback? Sure.
He's up to the 30. He's gone, baby. My goodness. Somebody cool off that man's feet because they're on fire.
Throw King wants it all now, and it's caught! Oh! Touchdown, Chicago!
Unbelievable play! That's got to be number one this week, and we just got started!
People like immersing themselves and all the buildup that goes in, and with that,
this is going to explode big time.
The SFL Network on YouTube welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Welcome to the Lion's Den in Tallahassee, Florida for a matchup between the three-time champion Alaska Storm and the Tallahassee Pride. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mike Daggs, your play-by-play commentator this afternoon. Alongside me in the booth is the Hall of Famer, the Bronze Bomber, the quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, Matt Wilson. And a special shout-out once again to all of you watching live from Atlanta, Georgia at the SFL Convention Watch Party. How's it going today, Matt?
It's great. The in-flight Mountain Dew was delicious.
The supersonic jet with the in-flight Mountain Dew got us here to Tallahassee to watch these two powerhouse teams. The three-time consecutive defending champion Storm take on the always powerful Pride in what's sure to be an excellent game. What are you expecting from these two teams, Matt?
Yeah, I agree with you there on them being powerful. They've been on the top of the league for a long time. Tallahassee is coming off a very close 3-point loss to Baltimore, who's also a very excellent team. In that loss, they only managed 30 yards rushing, something that definitely needs improvement when you're facing the Storm. Alaska, meanwhile, has won a close game in a championship rematch over Denver. Ron Cochran is usually the barometer for these games. If he and Alaska in the passing game can't be stopped, it's going to be a long night for Tallahassee. But Mike, you know it. I know it. There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
On the field. And we will get headed down to the field for coin toss momentarily. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. Presented by APM Music. Kickoff is next. Hashtag make an impact. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We know you have your selection of games when watching the SFL, and we thank you for choosing ours. The Tallahassee Pride will kick the ball off first.
Very interesting uniforms.
Purple uniforms with yellow helmets and yellow socks for the Pride. So we are underway here in Tallahassee. Ball is taken by Alaska all the way up to the 29-yard line where the return man is just absolutely leveled. And we will see Ron Cochran early on in this one leading his offense out onto the field. Alaska Storm offense is led by quarterback Ron Cochran, and joining the team from Oklahoma City this past offseason is fullback, converted from halfback, J.W. Doyle. Receivers are Robert Merrill, Jeff Como, and the one and only Optimus Klein. Cochran under center. On first down, he will throw an out route to the top of the screen, which is caught by Como for first down yardage up to the 40-yard line.
And if you had to, take a little snapshot of the Alaska offense, there it is. Ron Cochran, mid-out route to a receiver, complete. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yards at a time.
That's right.
Slowly bleeding you out.
Stanley Nordellis is the halfback in the backfield. He will get a play action, and that one is thrown incomplete. J.W. Doyle, the intended target, and it'll bring up a second down and 10. Let's take a look at the key players here on the Tallahassee Pride defense. Defensive tackle Hunter Norwood in his 4th season in the league and on the team. Defensive ends Taekwon Hale and Kevin Bain. Bain returning actually from Alaska. It's his first season back in Tallahassee after starting his first 2 there and then going to Alaska for 1. Corners are Michael Sprouse and Bernard Gooden. Safeties are Sir Chappelle and Alex Bond. Cochran to throw. That one's batted away and picked off. Intercepted by Michael Sprouse. And immediately the Tallahassee Pride take over the ball.
Truck, give me a replay.
Ask and he shall receive, Matt.
Sprouse just in his zone. Ball deflected, and I didn't see Sprouse just lurking, waiting. See, Tulsa, that's how you pick off a ball.
That's right.
Tulsa
had about 13 pass deflections in the last game and couldn't take away too many of those opportunities.
I'm liking this formation.
3 receivers set, 1 tight end, 1 running back, the favorite formation of Matt Wilson. Christensen under center. Christensen back to throw on first down, out route to the top of the screen. Hauled in by Ken Gossett, the 6'4", 220-pound receiver. Let's take a look at the key players here on the Tallahassee Pride offense. We mentioned quarterback Christian Christensen, 5 seasons on this team and in the league. A.J. Francis is the halfback, came over last season from Carolina. Wide receivers are Hunter Jones, Grayson Willis, and the aforementioned Ken Gossett. 3 receivers and splitbacks in the backfield as Christensen is in Alaska territory. Firing over the middle, and that one's nearly intercepted. Batted away by Ryan Tobin. And it's a good opportunity to take a look at the key players on that Alaska Storm defense. Big Sexy is in the middle, Matt. Defensive tackle Alex Dominguez. At linebacker, Frank Champion, number 99. The cornerbacks are Ryan Davidson and Evan Carroll. Safeties are Ryan Tobin, who you just saw there, and Andrew Francis. Almost all of those players, Matt, have been on this team for quite some time. Frank Champion, the only newcomer coming over from Vancouver. That one's almost picked off, too. There's Frank Champion right on cue. 5 seasons in the league. This is his first on the Storm defense, looking to help the Champs get to another championship. That'll bring up a 4th down and 6, and the Storm are able to go unscathed from throwing that early pick.
That's a big miss for Tallahassee. When you get a rare Cochran pick, you got to take advantage, especially with this great field position.
Punt is away. And that one will bounce at the 9, down to the 2, and into the end zone for the touchback, much to the dismay of Matt.
I'm not rooting for any team, but it's just like, let the ball bounce.
You just hate to see that. You hate to see that.
You hate to see a slide.
Yeah, well, it says in baseball. What are you doing?
No, there's no crying in football. Wrong.
There's no sliding in football.
There's no sliding in football.
Or crying.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen you take some hits, though, Matt.
I'm fine with that.
I'd cry. But I'm a wimp. Cochran under center, 4 receivers out on the field. Play action. Cochran, pressure coming down, he goes.
Oh,
sacked on the play back at the 13-yard line.
Bain.
That's not Bain, that's Charles Dunbar, Matt.
Oh, I thought it was 95.
That was 96. Look.
Oh, well, I'll save the Bain for later.
The Bain train, he's coming. He's coming for Cochran.
Yeah.
You know he is. You know, his teammate for a season, now he wants to sack him. Throw over the middle. That one's nearly intercepted. Wow, in and out of the hands of Jamal Carroll. That one's incomplete. Brings up a 3rd and 17. And, Cochran, is he a little shaken from these hits?
Yeah, well, that's something you can't do against this front of Tallahassee is sit back for more than 3 seconds because they're coming. They're coming after you, and they're going to rip your head off.
Shout out to those of you in the chat. Frank Gooden, Stephen at Large, Ken Gossett, Realist Sense Kumbaya, Harish Prasad, Shravan Prasad. I saw him earlier, the Prasad brothers. I got to meet them both yesterday, too. That was also a nice highlight of the trip, was meeting them. Cochran, pressure coming, hit as he throws, and a diving catch attempt. Missed. The pick does not happen. The tip drill falls to the turf. My goodness, so much action here in only 3 possessions.
I can't handle it. I quit.
Man, we got a whole game. You can't quit. Now I need you.
I know. Man, have you ever seen a deflection like that?
No, that one went flying up into the
air.
sky. You just had to stand under it and wait.
I think I could have caught that one.
My goodness. Tutu standing in his own end zone, waiting to punt this one away. Punts it from about the 2. Comes down right at midfield, and this one is returned all the way up to the 40.
Wow.
Nice return by Hunter Jones will set up Tallahassee with good field position as they start only 40 yards from the end zone.
Nice return there. Spin. Just, getting 10 yards on a punt return in this league is just stupendous. Now, but Tallahassee has to do something with the ball. But it's been just a defensive slugfest so far. Usually I don't enjoy those, but these defenses are very entertaining.
3 receivers, a tight end, and a running back. Matt tested, Matt approved. Christian Christensen to throw, stepping up in the pocket, firing over the middle, batted and incomplete. Mighty RX in the chat saying it's going to be that kind of game, and I could not agree more. These 2 teams are going to put on a show for us tonight.
Somebody in the chat needs to do an oh no count. I think I've gotten like 5 already.
We're already at 5.
Matt's over his quota, and I'm sorry I'm going to go over it.
Oh, my. Trips formation to the bottom of your screen. Christensen under center. 3 down linemen for the Storm. Ball is handed off to Francis. A gain of only 3 will bring up a 3rd down and 7.
That would have been great on 1st down. I mean, I don't hate it, though, but you're not going to be able to kick a field goal. You might be able to kick no. I think you need a 1st down. You can't kick a field goal on a 3rd and 1. You'd be, how long would that be? Like 49?
Yeah,
I don't know.
This would be a far one. That would be really far. Probably too far for the Pride. Christensen in the gun. Quick pass over the middle is good for 1st down yardage as he is absolutely leveled. Ken Gossett with the reception. 256 yards and 3 touchdowns for Gossett so far this season. He had 131 of those yards and a touchdown last game.
Yeah, one thing this Pride offense is known for is that corner route. I'm waiting for it.
Trips now to the top of the screen. Christensen checks it down to Francis in the backfield. Francis making a couple men miss and churning those legs as he gets up to the 20-yard line. Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3.
You know these two teams don't like each other. They've played a lot. They played in, I think it was the season 11 championship game. And Tallahassee, Mike, I looked it up. They've only beaten Alaska once.
Wow.
And that was last season.
Wow. Well, looking to duplicate that effort here tonight.
They're in the right place.
2 receiver set on 2nd down and 3. Again, a swing route to Francis as he gets a first down, and then he gets leveled up at the 16-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Pride.
Well, they didn't get it on their first possession, but they're running a very balanced, very I can't even think of the word. Efficient. There we go. Very efficient offense so far. Getting away from those picks.
3-3 look from the defense as Christensen throws over the middle, tipped, and it is intercepted. And another no from Matt Wilson as the Storm now take over on offense with a pick of their own.
Steven, you're as a member of the Aztecs, you're on the no count. Just pop it up in the chat. But yeah, I commentator cursed him. I said staying away from the picks. And they actually hadn't thrown a pick. That was Alaska, but more defense.
Backup free safety IB lurking. He was lurking indeed. Tip drill, and he took advantage of that one. As Ron Cochran now gets back out onto the field. Shout out to Charles Doherty, who's taking care of stats duty for us tonight from the SFL convention in Atlanta. So not only is he there enjoying the game live at the watch party, but he's also pulling stats for us tonight, Matt. Ron Cochran with the out route complete to the top of the screen. Gain of 5. Bring up a 2nd down and 5 as we take a look at a far too early quarterback comparison. But, Matt, look at that. 2 picks. 1 each.
Yeah. CC heard Matt getting away from those picks and said, bet. No. Christensen apparently is betting against my calls and throwing picks because I said that he wasn't. Don't bet on your own games, folks. Not a good idea.
Cochran with the hard count. Hands it off to J.W. Doyle. His first carry of the day.
Yeah, that could be the difference.
That was actually Stanley Nordellis.
That's going to be a big difference in this game, I feel, over last season where Doyle coming in isn't quite where Jason Williams was yet as far as and they don't have a high-paid running back like last season, so it's going to be pass or nothing.
And here is a pass, and that one works out just fine for him as they get a first down. Jeff Como with the reception up to the 32-yard line. And, I mean, it was when we watched Alaska games last season, Matt, we called quite a few, it seemed. And there was, that 1-2 punch that you had. And you're not going to see that this season with the running formations that they're going to be utilizing.
No.
It's going to be a lot more pass heavy. And I know you called Alaska last week. So you saw a lot of passing.
It was genius because it kept both backs fresh.
Yeah.
But they decided to go in a different direction, and we'll see how it works out for them. I mean, they've won 3 in a row, so I can't say too much.
Handoff up the middle is good enough for a gain of only 1. As Eaton makes the tackle. Eddie Gage in the chat with us now, and he's watching on an airplane, Matt, and unfortunately his airplane's not as good as the supersonic jet that Cam bought for us, so he's got internet, but it's horrible. He can see the chat but not the game, so we're going to have to do a good job of making sure Eddie Gage can keep track of the action through our call. 3 receiver set, split backs in the backfield. Cochran to throw, pressure coming, throws it, tipped and incomplete. 3rd down and 9 from the Alaska 33-yard line. 4 minutes, 54 seconds to go in the first quarter. Your score is still 0-0. Eddie, that should keep you up to date.
However, the most important thing is, does he have 2 scoops now?
You know what? I would love it if when the drink and snack cart comes around, if Eddie looks up and they say, can we get you a snack? Yes, 2 scoops. 2 scoops of what? Just
do it, Eddie.
2 scoops. I just want 2 scoops. Ron Cochran throws complete to the bottom of the screen. Completed, but carrying his momentum out of bounds is Optimus Klein. It'll bring up a 4th down and 3, and Alaska will have to punt. So a defensive battle so far tonight, Matt. Some interceptions from both defenses and some stops from both defenses.
Yeah, but it's been really, I don't know if it's the drink talking or what, but it's been an exciting game so far. These two, especially with these two teams, all the history, all the strategery. Yes, that's a real word.
Oh yeah,
G.W. Bush says so. And just watching them just try to scheme against each other, because these are the two of the most prolific teams in all of SFL. So it's like watching the Niners and the Giants back in the day.
Hunter Jones with the return up to the 30-yard line. Christensen will get another shot at it. Jermaine Smith joining us in the chat now too, along with Marcus Dunhill. I was able to meet Marcus yesterday for the first time. Met so many new people. It was a really great time. I'm glad I went down to Atlanta.
I'm glad you told me you were going at the last minute, jerk.
Hey, that's how I roll, man. I wanted to make sure you didn't go. Everybody was so thankful.
I roll.
That catch good for a gain of 3 by Francis. Jermaine Smith says Obama phones don't work on airplanes. Oh, come on, man. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Hashtag sad.
Colin Northrup now also joining us in the chat. Saw him again yesterday as well. It was a pretty busy in and out real quick, Matt. It wasn't a long visit. We'll both be at the next convention, I'm sure. I know I'm going. I'm going to try to bring everybody along. I formation here.
It's in Rochester.
It's not in Rochester. Stop it. Francis takes that catch, and we're going to go right back to the line. 3rd down and 3. We saw this once from the Tulsa offense on their opening drive in the last game, and it worked very efficiently. We'll see if it works for the Pride.
I don't like it because Dominguez is going to tire out the O-line, and he's going to be coming. We'll see if he gets there.
Christensen doing the hard count. Can't get him to jump. Fires an out route. That one is complete. Good for first down to Grayson Willis, his first catch of the afternoon, and we're going to stick with it, Matt.
Oh, you got a refueled Matt, so I'm ready for this no huddle now.
Christensen checks it down to Francis. Spins past the first defender up and past midfield. 2nd down and 3 after a gain of 7.
They saw something they like. Are they going to screen it again? Because look at all the Alaska. The whole team is pretty much bunched up in the front there, so a screen to the bottom or the top's going to work pretty well. Now and out!
The out route to Ken Gossett works as well as they get a first down and 10 up at the 39-yard line. 2 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Look at them. Look how much out front they are. Holy crap.
And a check down to Francis. Ooh, this time 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and the Alaska defense is able to adjust. And with a loss of 2, they're going to return to the huddle and regroup.
Well, you can't win them all. It was a good series there. And look how far down the field Tallahassee is right now. On Alaska's side, again, inching towards field goal range. So they got to be smart. Get some points on this drive. Don't just kick it back to Alaska again.
From the 42-yard line, Christensen throws out route to the bottom of the screen. That one is, they rule it incomplete. Grayson Willis attempts to catch that one. I thought he had a foot in.
I'd throw a flag. First half, throw the flag.
So as I'm speaking, I'm thinking if Eddie can see the chat but not see the game, I wonder if he can hear us. Probably not.
I don't know.
So all those updates were probably for nothing. Oh,
Eddie, tap twice if you can hear us.
2 scoops if you can hear us. Christensen alone in the backfield, shotgun formation. Back to throw, quick pass over the middle, threads the needle incomplete up to the 27-yard line, hauled in by Hunter Jones.
CC there with some major zip on the ball. A lot of those, look at this pass. Just, you can't throw it any better.
Hunter Jones
coming from me.
Yeah, Hunter. Yeah, that's the ultimate compliment. Hunter Jones was a little upset that during the no huddle series he was not on the field, so they bring him back in, throw him a dart, and there you go. First down and 10. Hunter Jones
back on the sidelines,
and back to the pine you go. That's all you get. Fullback getting involved this time. Actually, it's the backup halfback Alan Urban with the reception, as Francis might have been a little gassed from that no huddle series. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. As we get a look at that Alaska defense, that was Jason Julian, one of the backup linebackers. 3 receiver set. Christensen under center. Francis back in the backfield. Christensen throws it short over the middle. That one complete to Willis, and fighting for that first down up to the 16-yard line.
You see Willis turn on the jets when he caught the ball. He was up to top speed in no time getting that first down. Sometimes you see receivers catch the ball and they're kind of like jogging up to full speed, but this guy must have ran a great 20-yard shuttle.
Harish Prasad in the chat throwing shade at J.W. Doyle. Doyle joining us in the chat as well, saying, hey, what did I miss? Harish says, you fumbled, Doyle.
He did not.
So many lies. Oh, wow, what a catch. That one I thought was getting picked, but no, hauled in by Willis for a first down and goal up at the 2-yard line.
Man, this Tallahassee passing offense is just a thing of beauty. Tulsa should be taking some notes. Look at this. It's a combination route, run to the outside, and almost scores. Man, Frank Gooden's really dipping into his bag of tricks today.
And with a first down and goal from the 2, we'll see what he dials up here as we have 2 backs.
I'd love to see a screen with this front.
Christensen under center. The entire Alaska defense on the line. Swing route to Francis, and he's in for a touchdown. And now we have some points right here at the very end of the first quarter. Touchdown, Tallahassee.
And what did I say, Mike? I have my arms stretched wide. I said screen. It shall be done.
And it was so.
Romo lives again. Look at that. They caught the team. They were in a little bit of a zone there, but they weren't covering the flats very well. And that screen worked to perfection.
So after 1 quarter of play, we'll see what happens here with the extra point, but the score should be 7-0, unless I just commentator cursed Richard Douglas. But the kick is up, and it is good. 7-0. Tallahassee over the 3-time consecutive defending champion Alaska Storm. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on YouTube is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House, and brought to you in part by Fuel. Beyond imagination, visit the all-new SFLinteractive.net today. By Matt Doyle Designs, the official branding partner of the SFL. By and MediaTek Institute, turn your passion into your profession. Aerial shots provided by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage of that lady just floating along in Tallahassee.
Is that Andy Hamilton's work? I think I recognize that.
Andy Hamilton at the controls.
Stalking women from a drone. That's Andy Hamilton.
Oh, that is wrong. So very wrong.
But he's not here, so it's fine.
But it is also probably very true. No, he's I'm thinking he's at the watch party and just heard that, and he's probably laughing, I would imagine, knowing Andy. Kick return taken back up to the 31-yard line. Robert Merrill on the return. And Matt, very sad news. Eddie Gage cannot hear the commentary.
Well, someone tell him to ask for 2 scoops.
2 scoops of Wi-Fi. That's what he needs. 2 scoops of Wi-Fi. It's a thing. Offset I formation for Ron Cochran as they flip sides of the field to begin quarter number 2. Cochran going deep over the middle. That one's caught. Well covered, but that one was hauled in. Hauled in by the tight end, Mark Myers. Big gain for Alaska.
Who? One of those crafty bench warmers. Nice grab by Myers. I'm looking at that formation. I'm thinking he's got to run the ball, but nope. Ron Cochran finds a way. He's flying first class.
Yeah, that's still not as fancy as the SFL jet, but pretty nice.
Yeah, the Concorde.
Refurbished.
I need to get
Concorde
and SFL on the side of it.
Quick pass over the middle into coverage. That one was a tight throw, but that one was hauled in. Great catch by Merrill. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Yeah. Good old Ron fitting those balls in there. He's been doing it for almost as long as me. He's a year younger than me. Well, at least as far as SFL
in the league, yeah. 3 receivers set. Here on second down, that pass is complete over the middle and inside the red zone we go, all the way up to the Tallahassee 18-yard line. Optimus Klein brings in reception number 2.
Don't call out Klein, Mike. Remember the last time you did that?
No, I'm not going to do it.
Went off for 200 yards receiving.
Yeah, for those that may have missed that game, I think it was late in the second quarter, wasn't it? And I said that we really haven't heard much from Klein. And next thing you know, for 200 yards and multiple touchdowns later, Klein says, "Yeah, how about now?" I'm like, okay, point taken, point taken. I will never call out Klein again. You can be as productive as you would like, sir. Cochran checking it down in the backfield. That one hauled in by Nordellis. Nordellis gains only 1, second down and 9.
But you notice Alaska's success has been on these 3 5-step drop, immediate read throws. You cannot hang in the pocket against this team, or you're going to get sacked or deflected or something crazy. So, interesting. We'll see what Cochran's got in store.
Offset I formation as J.W. Doyle takes the handoff. He rumbles up the middle for a gain of 3. He'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. And Matt, Eddie Gage in the chat trying to stir the pot, I think. He says, rumor has it Optimus is testing free agency next season. Optimus quickly throws out false, but Eddie says he's got bad intel. Now Optimus is telling me to call him out every game. It's not happening, buddy. Not happening. I'm tired of seeing you scoring touchdowns the whole time.
Here
It comes. Ready? Optimus top of the screen. Keep an eye on him. Cochran firing over the middle, and that one is dropped.
No!
Incomplete pass. Whew. Bring up a 4th down and 6, and the Tallahassee defense is able to hold the Storm to a field goal attempt here.
Now,
great,
one thing
great
I don't,
coverage there, Matt.
I don't know. This might be just me not understanding defenses, but I don't like when Tallahassee runs that 3-3. You know, you got 3 highly paid defensive players, but put that 4th lineman on there to get that extra pressure, because then you got 3-on-5 instead of 4-on-5. I don't know.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
High snap. Kick is up 31 yards away from the left hash, and it is good for Aaron Dahoud.
Cap Rooney.
And they highlight Cap Rooney, the holder, for getting that slick ball down to the ground.
He's the captain of this darn ship. I'll give him the keys, please.
Captain Rooney.
But overall, that's a good job from Tallahassee.
Yes.
On defensively, holding Alaska to 3. You know, we're in the second quarter now. 2 minutes gone by, and they have a chance to, even 3 is not the worst case scenario for them.
Like the SFL on Facebook at facebook.com/simulationfl. Promote to your friends and share your SFL glory. As this kick return is taken up to the 23-yard line. Matt has replaced the oh-nos with the woes.
See what I did there? Unconsciously. No one knows how Matt's brain really works, not even Matt himself.
It's a mystery to all of human life.
It's wrapped in tumor.
Oh, well, that's just depressing.
Like a Tootsie Roll. It's kind of wrapped.
Only not nearly as delicious. All right, this just got weird. Christensen back to throw. Fires an out route to the top to Grayson Willis. Another reception for Willis as we see a little bit of a better quarterback comparison now. Christensen over 100 yards. Cochran getting there. He'll be there for sure. Touchdown for Christensen's the difference, as they both have a pair of interceptions. Under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. 2nd down and 5 from the Tallahassee 28-yard line. 4 receivers, Francis in the backfield. Christensen under center. 3 defensive linemen for the Storm as that one swatted away and nearly picked off. Back up strong safety Keyshawn Paul playing in the middle, swatting it away.
Alaska brought the heat, forced Christensen to throw the ball a little earlier than he would like, and it almost resulted in a turnover. But Dominguez, quiet so far, waiting for the sexy one to show up.
He'll be here soon enough. You can count on that one.
And
one
look,
sack
we
already this season.
Man coverage now. Let's see if Tallahassee can get the ball off in time.
4 receivers and a tight end on the field. Christensen fires it short. Penalty. That's going to be illegal touching. He threw it to the offensive lineman. I'm not really sure what happened there, Matt.
I don't know either, but pressure, I guess.
Ineligible receiver downfield. trying to watch on the other monitor for the replay. Looks like there was a receiver in a drag route coming across the middle of the field and just underthrew the ball, like bad. Underthrew it. So hit the offensive lineman. So that penalty is declined. It'll bring up a 4th down. And
that's kind of disappointing from Tallahassee to go 3 and out after you've held Alaska to just 3 points.
And another penalty,
whoa.
I think, did somebody on
Offside.
Alaska jump, and we have a 4th and 5. Is it going to be enough yards for a first down? And the Pride accept the penalty, but what is the... It is 4th and inches still,
No!
So they will still punt. It must have been 4th and 5.1. So now it's just
Someone
4th and
needs to
0.1.
dial up a fake right here.
Run, Christensen, run. And they do still have the punting unit out on the field.
Never listen to Matt.
And another penalty!
Oh, no! What is going
Back-to-back
on?
penalties. And another offsides, and this one will result in a first down for the Pride.
All right. Well, this is Matt's whistle pig moment of the game. Like Groundhog Day.
That's
the
right.
Exact same play twice.
That's right. The whistle pig has struck. Fun fact for all of you who don't know that Matt and I learned this past Friday night, groundhogs and woodchucks are the exact same animal. And in some parts of the world, they're called whistle pigs. And
What was the other name?
land beaver.
Land beaver.
Yeah, land beaver. Land beaver, groundhogs, whistle pigs, woodchucks, all the same little critter. Christensen back to throw, firing deep down the left-hand side, incomplete. Trying to hit Ken Gossett. His 6th attempt that direction so far. Gossett's hauled in 3, but whistle pig moment of the game. So, yeah, as soon as we learned that whistle pig was a thing, Matt thought, you know what, our 62 is a bit of a whistle pig. So we knew it had to be brought up. So when you see something repetitive, especially when it involves the ref, that's going to be a whistle pig moment of the game. And if Matt can find it, gosh darn it, we'll give away a 3D printed whistle pig at some point. Oh, picked off right over the middle of the field. Christensen is intercepted again. Ryan Tobin with the pick this time. Whew. And another oh no.
Yeah.
Right to him.
Oh, he threw it right to him, yeah.
Right to him. I think pressure was coming up the middle, Matt. You know who it was? Big Sexy. He was running right up the middle, right in Christensen's face, and Christensen just dumped it off, trying to hit the fullback, Julius Williams. Totally missed, and Ryan Tobin took advantage.
That's a man you don't want in your face, Big Sexy.
In the first 2 games, the Alaska secondary had no picks. There was nobody, no key players, at least, with any interceptions. 2 so far, and we're only in the first half. That run taken straight up the middle for a gain of 3 by J.W. Doyle. Optimus Klein says, new game, take a shot every time Dag says whistle pig.
We only said it twice.
I know.
Last game,
you're not going to get very drunk. That's it. That was the extent, I'm not even going to say it, of the other name for groundhog. Cochran back to throw, stepping up, pressure coming, fires. That one is incomplete. Trying to hit the tight end, but no good there. 3rd down and 7 coming up. 7 minutes to go in the first half.
What a defensive battle.
Yeah, it's crazy. And special teams, too, with the hard count, I guess, on those back-to-back offsides penalties to convert a 4th and 5.5 for a first down, but then squandering the opportunity with the pick.
I like this Tallahassee defensive set. I smell man coverage, and I think Cochran's going to eat this for lunch.
Cochran tries to eat it for lunch and doesn't. Almost throws his 2nd pick of the day. Sir Chappelle gets his hands on it, and that one's incomplete, brings up a 4th down, and Alaska can't take advantage of the turnover, and they'll have to punt.
And I was completely wrong. It was not. It was zone. Might have fooled Cochran. I don't know, but got to give a Matt, I can't clap, but two fists together for the Tallahassee defense so far. Thing of beauty.
Punt is away. Klein says it was said 7 times. He's going to make a highlight reel for us. Look at this one dying down at the 3, and they mark it at the 3.
Oh, wow.
Nice job by the special teams unit of Alaska making up for their mistakes on the last time they were out on the field. where they jumped off sides those 2 times. And now Tallahassee, has 97 yards to go to the end zone. Big drive coming up. We'll see on the field.
How big would a safety be here? Because then Alaska's only down 1 with the ball.
Yeah, well, 2. But
no, 1. It would be 6 to 7.
Safeties are worth the 2 points now. First down for the Pride.
All right, math is hard. I quit.
It's all good. Ken Gossett with the reception, putting them out of the risk of the safety there. Nice slant on that play all the way up to about the 14-yard line. I was going to say, Matt, Alex Dominguez right there on your screen taking up most of the middle of the field.
Well, he
was definitely looking for that safety.
Maybe before, so he tends to block out the sun.
Christensen back to pass on first down, firing over the middle. That one swatted away, and then ouch. Jones just absolutely leveled by the safety, just knocking him down for good measure in case he had brought it in.
Yeah, Jones was mad he wasn't on the field. Well, yeah, maybe you want to stay on the bench.
Well, you're back. Welcome back to the field. Kaboof. Andrew Francis delivering the hit there. 3 receiver set here on 2nd down and 10 for the Pride. Ball is handed off to Francis, who gets hit and then runs the wrong way a little bit, but they'll give him forward progress for the gain of 4. Brings up a 3rd down and 6. And Matt, both of these teams, the last time they were out, both had close games. You mentioned that the Pride lost to Baltimore, a team that's been absolutely on fire, especially with the way that T-Roy Gaines has been running so far this season. They lost only by 3 points. They give them a 1-1 record. Alaska Storm in their last outing, 38-34 over Denver in what was a great game. Out route to the top. That one's complete for a first down, hauled in by Grayson Willis at the 28-yard line. And this is why these 2 teams just absolutely play lights out every time they come out onto the field.
Well, I mean, you got Baltimore, Alaska, Tallahassee. It's
Yeah, you can't forget the Atlanta Swarm this season, especially, Matt. They're 3-0. They've been playing great too.
And Denver had a heck of a game and almost beat Alaska. And they were made it to the championship game last season. So
Christensen has his pass swatted away. He was trying to hit Gossett on the out. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
It's like walking in quicksand with these 2 defenses. It's like you try to establish something and it just can't do it. Tallahassee had 1 successful drive, but ever since then it's been, there hasn't been many big plays. It's just been a little here, a little there, but then you just usually get stopped.
Yeah, a lot of nickel and diming here, but it's worked so far. I mean, the Pride have 7 on the board, and there they go with another first down with that pass over the middle. That one hauled in up at the 40-yard line. First down and 10 for the Pride.
Zone. Right in the middle of the zone. Great throw. Great recognition. Did it by Christensen. And that's what he's got to do. Just keep moving the chains. Don't be, especially against Alaska. Certain teams maybe you could take some risks, but if you can get just 10 easy yards, 7 easy yards, just take it. Move on to the next play.
On first down, Christensen firing over the middle. He's got Gossett. Gossett broke away from the tackle down to the 20, 10-5, and he's in for the Tallahassee touchdown.
Commentator curse again. I said nickel and dime, and they went for the whole silver dollar.
Wow.
Or a loony if you're Canadian.
A loony, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that. Gossett just getting past all the defenders, Matt.
I mean, Gossett is just one of the great receivers in the SFL. He's got the speed. He's got the power to just blow by 2 tacklers and then kind of wave bye-bye. You're not catching me. So he's always been a great receiver on this. Many changes in the receiving core over time, but Gossett's always been the mainstay. And now look at here. We got a 14-3. Who'd have thunk? Uh-oh. Alaska better be careful and not get behind too much, or I smell a quack quack. I'm not saying it yet, folks.
Low
Don't
snap, kick is up and is good.
I would hate Alaska to be at the end of a quack game.
Yeah, you don't want Alaska to be in a duck game, Matt. Tallahassee 14, Alaska 3. Now Alaska will get the ball back. 4 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the half. Tallahassee kicked to start the game, so Alaska will have to kick it away to start the second half. So it would definitely behoove the Storm to try to make the most out of this drive and get some points on the board.
Behoove. Expanding our vocabularies.
That's right. Well, it's season 13, Matt. This is when the big words need to come out. Robert Merrill returns it up to the 30-yard line. Game update from the other game going on. New Orleans at Denver. Denver has 13, New Orleans 3. That one approaching halftime, I believe. The game clock is not up right now. As that ball is taken by Doyle, he rumbles forward for 5. And actually, that's just after halftime. My mistake. Third quarter just got underway in Denver. 13-3. Denver has the lead over New Orleans as we take a look at Ron Cochran's
at that rating.
his rare rating of under 40.
I said he was a barometer, and right now the barometer is pointing down.
That's right. 3 receivers set here for the Storm. Cochran back to throw, firing an out route to the top, but that one is incomplete as the ball was caught out of bounds. And 3rd down and 5. And Matt, Cochran just really hasn't looked like himself quite yet in this game.
But when you don't have Jason Williams and you don't have, you know what? Shame on me. I don't remember. Was it Como who was the running back last year?
No.
It kind of puts more. No, it wasn't. Merrill? One of them was. Anyways, it puts a lot of pressure on your quarterback. Tallahassee's just taking away the run right now.
Cochran back to throw, firing over the middle. That one is complete all the way up to midfield, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
Well, called out Cochran, and he does what he's done his entire career, right in the face of Kevin Payne. He completes the pass. Where's Rachel? Wrong guy.
Cochran hands the ball off to Doyle, who's able to pull his way forward for 8 on that one.
Well, there's circling the wagons and there's pulling the wagons, and like the Oregon Trail horses, Doyle was pulling the wagon on that one. Let's hope he doesn't die of dysentery. I'm pulling out all the references.
That with
today.
the Oregon Trail reference today. Holy cow.
That's deep. That's some deep cuts.
That is deep. Cochran under pressure, and he goes down. Sacked on the play by Tyquan Hale.
Yeah, Hale spin. What a sweet spin move by. I don't know if Hale. Geez, all these guys look the same. I can't tell which. The Tallahassee defense is so good they just blend in together. Here we go. I like this 4 down lineman. Get some pressure on Ron. Watch out for the outs.
Cochran takes the snap, drops back. Pressure coming. He breaks through the sack and is able to complete the pass over the middle. Pressure hit him, and he was still able to get a big pass down the field.
That's Ron Cochran for you. The old wily vet. Should have had him. Didn't have him, and he's just got such pocket presence. Just still reading the field. Look at that throw right on the money, right in stride, and instead of a punt, Alaska's in business already, and definitely in field goal range with their star-studded kicker.
Optimus Klein helping us out, Matt, saying Robert Merrill was the halfback last season, now playing wide receiver. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Alaska 3, Tallahassee 14. Alaska on a drive.
Trying to avoid duck territory.
Cochran back to throw on first down. Fires a dangerous pass, and that one's picked off, intercepted, hauled in by Sir Chappelle, and the Pride will take back over on offense.
Quack, quack. Uh-oh. 21-3 might be Duck territory.
Oh, no.
So we're on Duck watch. I'm sure Alaska does not like me saying that, but with these two teams, if Tallahassee's up 21-3, yeah, it might be Duck time. But Tallahassee's got a long way to go, and this Alaska defense could easily take it away.
Yeah, I don't know. I would never, ever count out this Alaska offense. Ever. But we'll see what happens. Christian Christensen under center. Drops back and fires to the bottom of the screen. That one complete to Gossett for a gain of 8. Second down and 2 from the 28-yard line, and they're just going to let the clock run, Matt, and they're not in any particular hurry.
Well, excusing my Duck comments there, doing the right thing. They don't want to give the ball back to Alaska, at least being only, up 14-3 at the half. I mean, that's great. Anything you add on to that is just cherry on the sundae.
Optimus Klein says he's still waiting on his duck. He didn't win a duck, so you're going to be waiting a long time. As we have a third down and 2 after that pass is batted away. Clock stopped with 1:23 to go in the first half.
Alex Dominguez is asking if he can run the ball.
I would love it. I would love to see that. Put Dominguez in at fullback.
Oh.
With Doyle in his natural position of halfback. I mean, that's a blocker right there.
He can block 5 men by himself.
He's take out the whole D-line. Christensen to throw. Wide open at the top of the screen is Willis, and he's able to get a first down and stop the clock with 1:19.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful play going by Tallahassee. They got 3 timeouts. They don't need huge chunks. They get 8 or 9 yards there. First down, drive keeps on going.
Three receiver set for the Pride. Christensen to throw, firing over the middle. There's a penalty. We had three pass interference penalties in our last game. Let's see if we have one here. I believe that's probably what it is. Let's hear the call from the ref.
Pass interference, number 99.
And it is indeed a pass interference call on Frank Champion, the linebacker.
I don't know if they were playing man or zone, but man, this has been a kind of a, there's been a little shift in the SFL defensive philosophies. There's been a lot more blitzing and man coverage. And again, because of this, we are seeing these increased pass interference calls. But that really helps Tallahassee.
Fresh set of downs for the Pride from their own 43-yard line.
Watch out for Gossett here.
Christensen looking, firing over the middle into quadruple coverage, and that one's picked off. What a defensive matchup this has been as we see a little shimmy out of the defensive back. I.B. Lurkin.
Willis appreciated that.
I.B. Lurkin with another pick.
Look at that nice undercut post corner route, and what are you gonna do now? That's what they didn't want. They didn't want to turn the ball back over to Alaska. Now if Alaska scores even 3, it's back to a 1-possession ball game, and that's scary.
Cochran back to throw. Throws on the run, and that one's picked off. Intercepted yet again. 3 interceptions for Ron Cochran. Bernard Gooden with his second pick of the season.
Hunter Norwood was coming right up the middle, and Ron said, "Get me out of here," and was throwing on the move. Feet not set. Disaster. And now,
the Pride take back over on offense is, I think, what Matt meant.
That too.
Yes. This is wild. If there was one thing I would have not expected from these two quarterbacks was all these picks. Francis taking the swing pass for a gain of 5, and now the Pride are in a little bit of a hurry-up situation.
They still have 3 timeouts, but I would have liked to have seen him just run out of bounds. An extra yard or 2 wasn't really worth it for about 10 seconds off the clock.
Christensen to throw, pressure coming, and that one is almost picked off too. Batted away by Ryan Davidson, nearly intercepted for 4 times now. I think they each have 3, don't they?
Yeah, it's close. Look at this coverage, though. Oh, man, that ball was a little behind. And unfortunate for the Pride, but, good for the Storm. If they can force this 4th down, then they're not going to have to take any more damage.
Ron Cochran, 3 picks. Christian Christensen, 3 picks. Thanks to Charles Doherty for keeping us up to date on these stats.
Here comes a blitz man coverage, I believe.
Pressure coming. Christensen fires over the middle,
Yep.
complete, and they are nearly in field goal range and burn their first time out as that pass is hauled in by Grayson Willis up at the 34-yard line.
Yep, good job by the Tallahassee O-line. I think they might have sent 6. And, the middle of the field is going to be wide open in that case. And, Dominguez.
Here comes Dominguez.
He looks hungry.
3 down linemen for the Storm. 3 receivers for the Pride. Christensen to throw. That one's complete up at the 25-yard line, and they will hurry back to the line of scrimmage. Willis with another reception.
Watch out here.
Willis getting a lot of targets. This time to Ken Gossett at the bottom of the screen. He breaks away from the tackle and steps out of bounds.
Again.
Steps out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Stops the clock with 25 seconds and a fresh set of downs.
Gossett. What can you say about Ken Gossett? Like I say, one of the all-time GOATs at receiver. He breaks his tackle and gets out of bounds. I mean, a lot of guys would have been tackled right there, but not this guy. He's as elusive as a running back with hands like Jerry Rice.
Max Paul in the chat letting us know that there's been, Optimus Klein asked, we've won with Ron Cochran throwing 6 picks before, and Max says it was 5, but still. Ken Gossett getting leveled at the 7-yard line. Caught the ball, though. 2nd down and 5.
Or they're giving their playmaker a chance to score there, and not quite, but you got to think with about 15 seconds to go, or if they have to use another timeout, they're going to kick the field goal. So I think this is going to could be potentially the last play before a field goal, but we'll have to see what they decide to do here. And they got a heavy run set, so I don't know about this.
21 seconds to go in the half. Christensen checks it down to Francis, and he's able to get a 1st down and goal at the 1, and they hurry back to the line. They only have 1 timeout left.
This might be good, though. This might be good.
Less than 10 seconds, Christensen throws, and it's intercepted in the end zone, and he's running it out. He's at the 20, 30. Francis is going to try to cut him off at midfield. Stop him. The time has expired on the clock, and he is tackled. But a 4th interception for Christensen, and that is how we're going to go into halftime. Alaska 3, Tallahassee 14. My goodness, this game.
They tried a combo pattern, and it just didn't work. And luckily for them, A.J. Francis was practicing his tackling drills, because that could have been disastrous. More disastrous.
Ryan Davidson doing everything in his power to take that one back to the house from the end zone. He knew there was no time, so he just had to go. Oh, that was wild. Alaska Storm 3, Tallahassee Pride 14. That is the end of the 2nd quarter as we take a look at the 2K Sports halftime show. We'll see some highlights and stats here. Let's take a look. So Tallahassee absolutely dominating in the passing yards. Rushing really not a thing for either of these two teams, Matt. Time of possession going in Tallahassee's favor, but gosh, look at the turnovers.
Yeah, it's been crazy, yeah. I don't know what a Matt Wilson noise is, but he must be saying all my O's. As Ken Gossett, I just gave you a huge compliment. Come on, man.
3 interceptions for Ron Cochran, 4 interceptions for Christian Christensen. This is not what I expected coming into this game tonight, Matt. What do you think?
No, I expected a really high-scoring affair. And, I mean, look at the 3. The 3 is the number you need to pay attention to, because I don't remember the last time Alaska only had 3 points at halftime.
Or ever, really. I mean, that's, yeah.
And I'm not sure if that 3 was on one of the 4 picks thrown by Christensen. Think about that. 4 picks and Alaska has 3 points.
You know, with all these interceptions in this game, I think every point scored has been off of a turnover.
Mike, that's less than a point a pick. That doesn't work.
If I recall, we've only seen 1 punt. So
I like that.
Yeah. A lot of picks, though. Defense is both playing very well.
I guess my thing is, for Tallahassee, get your running back a little more involved. You have that benefit, and Alaska does not. At least as far as, having
the caliber of the player.
Yeah, get Francis involved with some screens, some runs up the middle. Make it a little easier. I do love an aggressive passing game, but you can't. Can you win with 8 picks? I don't know. We might have to find out. Well, that throw by Cochran.
That picked off, yeah.
Woof, woof.
A.J. Francis in 2 games, Matt. He's carried the ball 40 times up until this game here. 114 yards and a touchdown. So he's getting the touches.
What was his average?
His yards per carry?
Yeah.
Oh, now you're going to make me do math?
Yeah,
usually I have that written down, but I think it flew out the window on the plane. Now the yards per carry is it's under 3. He's at 2.8 yards per carry right now on the season. So far today, he's only had 2 rushing attempts. So it's not really. I
still think you got to test him a little bit more. Again, a few more carries than just 2.
Well, we're back from the halftime break, so the ball is teed up, and the Pride will get the ball with a 2-score lead. That kick goes deep into the end zone, and shallow into the end zone, excuse me. I know what I'm talking about, I swear. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Christensen back out onto the field. Let's take a look at Christensen's stats from the first half. 28 of 42. That's how many times he's thrown the ball, Matt, in 1 half. Sometimes that's how many passing attempts you get in a game. 67% completion percentage. He does have 2 touchdowns, 269 yards, but 4 interceptions. That's been the difference.
He's had Ashley Jackson's game in the first half.
Yes. Back to throw yet again. Throws a wobbler. That one's actually caught by Gossett over the middle. Gossett with a good reception. He's got 146 yards on 9 catches himself.
There he is, Ken Gossett again. Just look out, ref. Just running through the coverage. And that they were lucky he didn't break that tackle. This man's just a terror on the field.
Ken Gossett now over 100 yards on the day. Grayson Willis also has 6 receptions. He's only got 59 yards, though. Hunter Jones has been involved a couple of times. Has 29 yards. 4 receivers on the field for the Pride on this one. This pass is a swing route out to Francis. They'll actually say that it was incomplete and mark him out of bounds when he caught it, which is good because if he had gotten his foot in, it would have been a loss of 1. 2nd and 10.
Yeah. That play would have worked if they had ran on the far long side of the field, but they ran on the short side, and he had nowhere to go. And that's too bad because Alaska was coming right up the middle.
I formation on 2nd down. Christensen adjusting the play at the line. He will throw. Out route to the top of the screen. That one's complete to Ken Gossett. Gain of 4 will bring up a 3rd down and 6.
I feel that Tallahassee has sprinkled in some Alaska plays. That's one, those outs. They've thrown it a little bit deeper, which has resulted in some picks. But when they've run those kind of plays, they've been pretty successful.
Update from the game in Denver. That one is approaching the end of the 3rd quarter. Denver is up 20-3 over the New Orleans Pharaohs. Christensen back to throw on 3rd down, firing to Ken Gossett and nearly intercepted for the 5th time. That one probably should have been taken away, but it bounced off the hands of Evan Carroll. 4th down.
They've thrown to Gossett 16 times. I mean, geez. I guess if there's a guy you want to, pay attention to, it's Ken Gossett.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'd almost just double cover him every single play, I think. But that gives the other receiver some opportunities,
Grayson Willis
too.
is no joke either.
Yeah, I was going to say Grayson will just take over the game if you double-team Gossett. So the passing attack is certainly something to be feared in Tallahassee. And look at those moves. Getting his way up to the 23-yard line. Nice return there of about 13 yards. That'll set Alaska up with a first down and 10 from their own 23-yard line.
And Maroon 5 is blushing on that one. Better moves than Jagger.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Deep cuts with Matt Wilson.
First down and 10. Ball is handed off to Nordellis. Runs it up the middle for a gain of 4.
Now you're seeing one of the issues with Tallahassee's D-line is their D-linemen collapse the pocket almost immediately on runs, but then the linebackers need to be in there to fill those open spots, but they weren't there, and that was a problem.
Play action. Cochran throwing a wild one over the middle, and that one's almost picked off, and it would have been taken back to the house if it was picked off. Bernard Gooden trying to get another pick today.
But you're seeing Tallahassee pressure Cochran in the championship game 2 seasons ago. They really couldn't do it. They couldn't get pressure on Cochran and make him make mistakes, and they've done that today much better. And I think that has a little bit to do with the running game difference, in my opinion, but also better scheming.
3 receivers to the top of the screen on this third down. Cochran back to throw, fires to the top of the screen. That one's caught. Hauled in for a first down and more as he's running down the sidelines. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Alaska, and they narrow the gap with a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's Optimus Klein.
Optimus. I couldn't see the numbers when he was moving too fast, Matt.
Yeah, these uniforms need a dark outline. Might take notes next time. Black on the outside of the numbers and letters.
But look at Optimus go, man. Caught that out route. Or it looked like a deep corner.
Corner route.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's like they're stealing each other's playbooks. That's a Tallahassee staple, that corner route. But if you were to name probably another great Hall of Fame wide receiver, you got Gossett and Klein. I mean, does it really get much better than Gossett and Klein? Oof.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, they've been around and they've been doing their thing for several seasons. Optimus in his 6th season, Gossett in his 5th season. I mean, the combined yardage and touchdowns that those two have put up. Can you imagine if they ever ended up on the same team?
I might retire. Well, no, we should add. We're going to add 5 wide on Mexico City. We're going to add them to the current roster.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL. Use the hashtag #MakeAnImpact and spread the word. Shout out to Andy Hamilton, who does a fantastic job leading our social media team. Did a fantastic job at the convention, recording all sorts of content to put on our social media platforms and spread the word about the SFL.
I mean, obviously, it takes great drone cams of the ladies.
Yeah, he got some great drone
Check the
video.
SFL Instagram for more information. No, that's not an official league plug.
So first down and 10, 4 receivers set for the Tallahassee Pride. Only a 4-point ball game at this point now. That one is caught by Grayson Willis for a first down up to the 31-yard line.
Now Willis getting involved now. And Tallahassee just needs to clean up their act. I mean, 14-3, now it's 14-10. Boy, it just Alaska, they're like a constrictor sometimes. You think you get them on the ropes, and then they start scoring, and then you get nervous and make mistakes. And Christian Christensen has made enough for an entire game.
Christensen with the out route down to Ken Gossett. Nice little catch there. Second down and 6.
And that's what I'd be looking for, more of that. And, give your running back a carry for. I know he's not averaging much, but just give him a break.
Well, he's not going to average much with no attempts. I mean, he's got 0 attempts here in the second half. I know we're only a few minutes in, but
not out of this formation.
Give him the ball, but not now, Matt says. And they're using him in the passing
Okay.
game again, so that'll work. Nice gain of about 9 on that one. Brings him up to the 45-yard line and a first down. And, Matt, he has been actually used quite a bit in the passing game. That was his 12th reception, and he's now got about 46 yards or so. And a touchdown. Don't forget that, too. So he's not doing a lot on the ground, but they're getting him involved.
Yeah, and that was a great play to do it on. There was no one on the top of the screen for Alaska. And moves the chains and keeps this drive going. Tallahassee needs to strike back in some way, shape, or form. Even a field goal will put you up 7.
Trips formation to the top of the screen. Christensen back to throw, checks it down to Francis again. But
no.
Matt, you saw that last time that you had talked about it, and that time once again it didn't work being on the short side of the field, but he caught it in bounds and cost his team 3 yards.
Oof. Yeah, just too far. You kind of have to square your body up and just try to catch it without moving that way. Because you're either going to catch it or you're just going to let it go out of bounds. And either way, that's fine because you don't lose 3 yards.
Empty backfield for Christensen. 4 receivers in the tight end out on the field, and he fires deep down the right-hand side, and that one's intercepted.
No!
Pick number 5, hauled in by Ryan Davidson, and he's off to the races. Had blockers out in front of him and gets it all the way back up to the 31-yard line. And, Matt, I told you, never count out the Alaska Storm, as they are already in scoring range to narrow this lead even further.
Going to the corner, that's just not a great thrown ball by Christensen. Oh, my gosh. Just think, this is what Alaska does. You just can't make mistakes. You got to force them to make mistakes, which they have with Cochran's four picks. Correct?
He's got 5 now. Oh,
Cochran.
who Cochran? Cochran's only got the 3.
Well, that's still way more than average.
Yeah, I say only 3. Yeah,
but you're still -2.
right.
Like that's not going to work.
Hopefully this isn't the commentator. Carson, it is! Pick number 4. Matt, what have you done? Intercepted by the Pride, and they take back over Alex Bond with his first pick of the day.
Oh, now they're only -1.
Oh, no. Look at Bonds just tracking that in, Matt.
Oh.
That is the second time in this game we have seen a pick immediately followed by another pick.
Well, they're trying to go for the record for the most picks combined in a game. That's going to be hard, but we're still early in the third.
Francis able to actually get his momentum upfield that time, spinning past a couple of defenders, gained 7. Backed up to their own 19-yard line, 2nd down and 3. Optimus Klein quoting me, Matt, only 3 picks, LOL. Yeah, well, not anymore.
Nope, not anymore.
Christensen under center with split backs in the backfield. Still trying to get Francis involved through the air, and he's able to get a first down on that one up to the 24-yard line. And Matt, this is probably, I don't know, one of the most wild games defensively that I think we've called in a long time. Cam was actually joking with me at the convention. It seems like every time that we call an Alaska game, or at least me in particular, I know last week was close for you when you called Alaska. It always seems to be a blowout in Alaska's favor. No blowout for either of these teams here tonight. Christensen checking it down to the bottom of the field to Hunter Jones, catching it for a gain of 6. But, definitely wasn't expecting this. This is fun.
Yeah, it's something else. Christensen, again, those passes have been golden for him. So when he's kind of gone deep, they just kind of fizzled out.
Alex Dominguez in the chat asking, is that 9 picks? Sure is. 5 for the Pride, 4 for the Storm.
I think I've thrown 8 in a game, but I think there's someone that's thrown 9 in a game. So, for one single person.
Christensen checks it down to Francis. Francis is able to get a first down out of that one. Gets tackled at the 36-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. Actually, why am I saying tick, tick, tick? I don't know. Thinking it's the fourth quarter. It's been a long day.
It has been a
long day
day
for us, too.
It has been a long day. We
It's
had
been a
5
long
quarters
weekend.
in the first game, and now we're already 3 quarters into this. So this is, for us, quarter number 8. So this, that would make sense.
So it
why
is
you
the
think
fourth
it's
quarter.
Yeah. It is. But for everybody watching the game, Matt, it's still quarter number 3. So get with the program, man.
I'm trying.
Second down
My
and
voice is
4.
starting to la 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 la.
Okay, you should probably mute yourself to do your vocal warm-ups.
Uh,
You know.
Everyone enjoys the stylings of Matt Wilson.
Second down and 4 from their own 41-yard line. Christensen under center. Out route to the top of the screen's caught by Gossett, but he runs out of bounds.
Wow.
Actually, no, he stays in bounds, but's tackled just shy of the sticks. Third down and inches coming up.
If he stayed in bounds, how did he not get the first down?
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like he fell across the sticks to me. Maybe we'll see a challenge here, and no, I don't think we will. Dominguez taking up the entire monitor yet again. Wow, that's a lot of man. Christensen to throw. That one's complete. More dink and dunk, but it's working. Ken Gossett catching the ball now with double-digit receptions on the day. First down and 10 in Alaska territory.
Breaks another tackle. Like I say, he runs like a tight end, or a halfback. It's hard to bring him down. Then when you think you got him, he spins.
Christensen throws to Francis. Francis, running with plenty of open space, is able to gain 7 before anybody even hits him. Tackled at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Alaska set another blitz, and that's the perfect antidote to the blitz. Just dump it off to your halfback. Although Francis looked a little scared there. He's like, I don't want to take it head on. I mean, look at that rating. Whew. For all those yards, 61.
Second down and 3. Christensen to throw. Another out route to Gossett at the bottom.
Nice
That time he
block.
has a block inside the 20 all the way down to the 15-yard line. Huge gain and first down inside the red zone.
Yeah, which receiver picked up that block? Was it Grayson Willis? I'll have to look it up. It was Willis. And he just sprung Gossett for, instead of a 7-yard gain, it was a whole lot more than that.
So Alex Dominguez was asking what's the most interceptions in a game. Now, I don't know if we actually even have a stat for the most combined interceptions in a game, but we have had quarterbacks that have thrown plenty on their own. Joey Langdon back in season 9 threw 9 picks. The San Antonio Vaqueros versus the Legion. Throw to the end zone, and that one is in for the touchdown. The Tallahassee Pride extend their lead.
And it's the man on the bench for some time, Hunter Jones.
Well, he was fresh. Hunter Jones with his 4th reception, that one into the end zone.
Yeah, great grab. He had to reach behind him a little bit and just propelled into the end zone. And that's exactly how you respond to a big play by Alaska. Put 7 on the board of your own and see if they can respond. Put your great defense back on the field.
Extra point try coming. Good snap. Kick is up, and it is good. The Pride extend their lead 21-10 over the Storm. So the Storm are going to get the ball back, Matt, and it's been a rocky game for both of these teams offensively. But really the difference, Ron Cochran with 4 picks, Christian Christensen with 5, but Ron Cochran with 1 touchdown, Christensen with 3. So, Cochran really needs to get his offense rolling here. Preferably get a touchdown. I mean, a field goal really doesn't do you too good because then you're still down by 8.
Especially with, like I say, a lack of a running game. If Cochran's not working, not efficient, and not throwing touchdowns, then it might be, a problematic situation for Alaska. Like I say, it was my key of the game was how was Ron Cochran going to play? Well, right now, lukewarm.
So first down and 10 for the Storm from their own 27-yard line. 4 down linemen for the Pride. Cochran checking it down. That one to Nordellis.
Oh!
Nordellis gets absolutely rocked at the 31-yard line after a gain of 4.
I mean, yeah, that's something they've used more Nordellis in the past in the swing game. He's been fine, but they haven't really done that much this game. I tried to run with them a couple times. Their best has been, I guess, Doyle, but it's been few and far between as far as good rushing attempts.
Shotgun formation for Cochran, and he completes his pass over the middle to Klein. I'm not going to say that Klein's been quiet for a little while now because, well, that'd be bad. Plus, he had that super deep touchdown reception. So, other than that, though. Klein actually has over 100 yards in this game, Matt. Mainly on that one long 73-yarder.
That's a great sign for Alaska. They could be ahead, but not quite.
Doyle carrying defenders with him for a gain of 4. Matt, just checking out the chat. Looks like Greg Corky has checked in, watching the broadcast. Him and Stephen Mullinex talking about the good old days of calling games with Cam. And, Stephen says, I do plan to return for spot duty if they'll allow me. We'll see. We'll see, Stephen. You want to return for spot duty? I'm sure Mike Daggs, the tight end, wouldn't mind a few more pass attempts his direction. But, yeah, we'll see.
Is that bribery?
No, I'm just saying. It's totally unrelated. Totally unrelated. Yeah, I'm just saying, it'd be nice to see, is all. But, Steven, you're welcome back in the booth anytime you would like. You give the word and you're in, bud.
I'll just take the wins.
In fact, if you want to call the Fan Night Game of the Week again, there's opening an analyst.
Hey!
Ron Cochran with a wide-open target down at the bottom of the screen. I was waiting to see if you were going to catch on there, Matt. Jeff Como with his 5th reception of the day and another first down for Alaska, and they're on the move.
Yeah, they're on the move, and the very Alaska way. Ron got to stay away from those picks. I remember calling a game with you. Maybe it was our first game together. And I called him Riverboat Ron because he threw.
You did.
He took some risks and threw some picks. He's looking more like the Riverboat man today. But
Doyle with the pass. Oh my goodness! What a hit! Oh, that one hurt. J.W. Doyle getting absolutely rocked.
Look at his head down. I think we need to evaluate him.
Greg asking, who are the broadcasters? I'm Mike Daggs, your play-by-play broadcaster, and I'm joined along with Matt Wilson. You can catch us usually on Monday nights, the Fan Night Game of the Week. But no Fan Night this week, so we decided to do a couple on Sunday afternoon instead.
Yeah, it's our second game, so in a row.
And Marcus Dunhill. Wow. Marcus Dunhill and Base Scout X1 both saying, I like Daggs, but I don't even care about what the rest of that sentence says. Oof. I like Daggs, but ... 3rd down and 8 as the clock ticks away here in the 3rd quarter. Cochran takes the snap, firing deep over the right side and picked off again. Are you kidding me? 5 picks for both quarterbacks. This is insane. Bernard Gooden with another pick, his 2nd of the day, and that is how we're going to end the 3rd quarter in this wild, wild matchup.
Wow. It's a brutal throw, unfortunately, from Cochran. And a nice little return there by Gooden. And that's going to set up Tallahassee in great position for the start of the 4th quarter.
3 quarters in the books. 1 to go. Your score after 3 quarters of play. Tallahassee Pride 21, Alaska Storm 10. Tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on YouTube is brought to you in part by Nation's Best Football, helping NFL, college, high school, youth players help secure the bag. By ScoreStream, the official live scoring app of the SFL. By Sector 6, custom esports jerseys and apparel, and the exclusive SFL shop provider. And SpyGoat, dedicated to the craft of audio. Aerial shots are brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. As we get some shots. Yeah, some shots from Tallahassee.
I think I've been on a couple of those.
Now, you probably have. You take cruises like they're free.
They are free for me.
Oh, well, isn't it nice to be the Matt Wilson? I've never
I
been on a
know.
cruise. You want to know why
When
I've never
you're-
been on a cruise, Matt? You've never invited me. Christensen back to throw. He fires, and that one's caught.
Whoa.
Hauled in over the middle. Grayson Willis, take a look at that comparison, and they're both on the same team. Grayson Willis and Ken Gossett both over 100 yards.
I thought I heard a thump, so I thought it was deflected, but no. Christian Christensen still gunning away. Still trying to make plays, but don't throw pick number 6.
Still no rushing attempts for A.J. Francis here in the second half, which is surprising when you're up by 11 points. You'd think, fourth quarter, hey, let's run the ball. Nah, Christensen, I've only got 5 picks. Let's keep throwing. They at least are throwing it to Francis. He's got now 18 receptions. I mean, he's the leading receiver in
For how many yards,
receptions. After that one, he'll have about 72 yards. So they've all been short, but he has also found the end zone too. Shout out to Charles Doherty, who's on stats for us tonight while watching live at the convention in Atlanta. Truly appreciate you busting out the laptop and giving that your efforts too. As Francis has a rare carry, Matt. He actually carried the ball. Crazy.
It's just so strange because I think Nordellis has more carries.
3rd down and 5. Why do they keep focusing on Dominguez? He fills the screen, and it terrifies me.
How do you not focus on him?
You point the camera in the defense's direction. Gossett takes the catch, but he's out of bounds, shy of the sticks. Evan Carroll in on the coverage and is able to stop his momentum. 4th and 1 from the 36. What do you do, Matt?
I would go for it.
Just go for it. You don't try a long.
I don't
field
trust.
goal?
I don't trust the special teams. You get it to 20, so you only netted 16 yards. To me, if you get the first down here, it just kind of breaks all kinds of things open for you and lets that clock run a little more.
Greg says Dags and Wilson are better than Bonnie and Clyde. They do go for it, and Ken Gossett with a reception. Look at that, Matt. They keep the drive alive. That totally threw me off. Dags and Wilson are greater than Bonnie and Clyde.
Who's Bonnie and who's Clyde?
Well, I think he's not saying we are Bonnie. We're better than Bonnie and Clyde. He's comparing.
Well, they were
weren't they
gangsters
criminals?
Yeah, they were criminals who killed people.
Well, I'd hope we're better than them then. But I mean, thanks though. 4 receivers set here on 1st down and 10 from the Alaska 29-yard line. Christensen in the gun.
Look out!
Fires over the middle into coverage. That one's complete. Hauled in by Hunter Jones. 1st down and 10 from the 15. Was pressure coming from Alaska, Matt?
No, what I saw was them running man, and against this core of receivers, that's very not advisable. Any one of them has the speed to just burn a corner, and then you're just in trouble. They're lucky they got away with that with only getting what they got.
Trips formation to the bottom of the screen. Christensen to throw. Checks it down to Francis. Been the theme of the game. Well covered by the defense. Holds them to a gain of only 3. 2nd down and 7. The clock's ticking away, Matt.
Yeah, I said you still gotta like that if you're a Tallahassee fan, because look at the clock and look at your lead, right? You're guaranteed at least a field goal. So then you're up 14.
Yeah, surrendering a touchdown at this stage could be the nail in the coffin for the Storm.
Uh-oh.
Francis again. Nobody around, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tallahassee, and this one's getting a little out of reach now for the Storm.
I don't remember a game like this.
The Storm have not looked like the Storm.
They look like, a tropical depression, maybe.
Oh, man. Matt with the shade. Matt with the shade.
Well, I mean, you got your hurricanes, you got your tropical storms, but then when it put Peters out, it's just a tropical depression.
That's right.
Plus, it kind of describes the Storm's feeling probably at this point depressed. But there's still Ron Cochran, still the Alaska offense. Anything can happen.
Extra point is up and good. Tallahassee has extended the lead to 28. Here at home over the 3-time defending champion Alaska Storm. Alaska 2-0, Tallahassee 1-1, looking to keep pace with the Storm, and they'd have matching records if this one ends the way it's looking right now. 7 minutes, 41 seconds to go in the ball game. Tallahassee with the ball teed up, ready to kick it back to the Storm.
You know, but if you beat the Storm, it's more like 2 wins.
That is kind of like 2 wins. 2
It's like we
scoops
beat the
even.
Storm. You know, a lot of teams see the Storm on their.
Like the SFL on Instagram. I could have done this afterwards, but
No, I didn't want to interrupt the read.
It's Simulation FL. Give partner nations best a like while you're there if you'd like, and anyone else on Instagram.
Like some Instagram models.
Oh, jeez. Matt's losing his mind. Cochran back to throw. Needs to keep a hold of this ball this time, and he does as he throws it deep. Believe that's Optimus Klein, and it is Optimus with 138 yards on 6 catches and a touchdown. They're going to need another Optimus touchdown here soon.
They need to hurry up. I mean, post route.
Yeah,
Oh,
got
man,
past
if
the
that had been
safeties.
thrown a little less,
Yeah.
he might have scored.
If he had
had to
caught that
reach
in
out and
stride, he
drive.
would have gone. He was past the safeties. You saw Sir Chappelle, the free safety, coming into the view after the catch was made, but he was behind him. Klein could have easily outrun him, I think. Out route to the bottom of the screen. That one hauled in by Merrill. 2nd down and 7, and it at least stops the clock. Gives the Storm a chance to take a breath, regroup, keep on going.
So who'd have thunk? I guess the only way to win by throwing many, many, many interceptions is if the other team throws many, many interceptions, no matter who wins this game.
That's right, because the interceptions, I mean, usually, you throw 5 picks and you figure you're not going to win when you throw 5 picks, but when both teams have, they kind of cancel each other out, I guess, right? So.
Oh,
and another one! Oh, my gosh! Another pick. Alex Bond that time. Pass intended for Optimus Klein, and he can't get it. Bond gets it.
Bond. Alex Bond. Oof. I mean, what can you say? He was there. You read the quarterback's eyes, and Cochran, I don't know what's going on with his offense, but 10 points, Mike, 10 points. When was the last time Alaska was held at 10 points? I mean, it might not stay that way, but I mean, it's pretty deep in the 4th quarter.
I agree. Christensen back to throw. Francis takes the catch.
Ooh.
I would expect to see a heavy dose of Francis here now as we're under 7 minutes to go. Look at we're looking at a wide receiver comparison between Ken Gossett and A.J. Francis because Francis has been used so much as a receiver in this game.
Yeah, he's just kind of been picking them up here and there. No major impact plays. That was actually one of his better screens, but it's been kind of working out despite the turnovers.
So Gossett with another out route to the top, and this offense. It's funny because I think these two offenses are very similar in the sense that they like running this style of short passes. They're easy completions and keeps the other team honest on defense. But I mean, really, both of these teams have played almost identical with all the picks, the receptions, the yards. It's just worked out a little bit more in Tallahassee's favor in the point department so far.
Well, it's kind of hard to judge this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you say? The Tallahassee offense has had some plays, but you can't really say it's been good because they've thrown so many picks. So then you say, well, then the Alaska defense is good, but then, again, the picks, it's hard to know how many of those are missed throws or what. So
1st down and 10 for the Pride up at the 49-yard line as we tick down to 5 minutes to go in this ball game. I don't think we're going to go to overtime in this one, Matt. We'll be limited to 4 quarters.
I think that 1st down right there, even though it's so, 5 minutes to go, I think that might have been the backbreaker because now Tallahassee can just run a lot of clock and there'll be about 3 minutes to go if Alaska can get the ball down 2 touchdowns.
Francis with a rare run, and maybe that's why they didn't run him. Alex Dominguez says, sit down. Where are you going?
Well, now is Tallahassee going to take the foot off the gas and just start running Francis 3 straight times and punt? I mean, well, I'm not saying that you could get the first, but are they going to just stick to the run game from now on? We'll have to see what they decide to do.
And at what point does Alaska start using some timeouts to conserve some clock, or do you think that they're just content to fall to 2-1? I mean, they're never content to lose, but
I don't think that's the case. I just think that,
at some point you wave the white flag, though.
Right, but I think that they're only down two touchdowns, right? They get the ball back with like 2:40 to go. They can hit a bomb decline. They're only down 7.
No, I mean they're down by 18, Matt.
8.
Matt,
Oh my God,
math
18.
has been a struggle for you today in so many regards. But even 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions still leaves them short by 2 points. I mean, it's a 3-score game.
Well, I don't know then.
Okay.
I just don't know at this point. There's been so many turnovers and ups and downs in this game.
There's been more combined turnovers than there has been Alaska points. And that one's nearly picked off on a tip, but it falls incomplete. Hunter Jones, the intended target on that one. Clock will stop with 3 minutes, 25 seconds to go, and the Storm will get the ball back, and I'm sure we'll see a high-powered offense out of them on this next drive. If they can score and get the ball back on an onside kick, maybe they can potentially stay in it. They're not out.
What they would hope is to get a big play, score. They're going to kick the onside. Even if they don't get it, they still have their 3 timeouts. Use their timeouts, make Tallahassee punt again, get the ball with like 2 minutes, a minute 30 to go, score again, and then have enough time to kick it onside and recover. It's a lot of bread.
Yes. So Alaska takes over from their own 13-yard line. Taking a look at some of the stats in this one, Matt. Ron Cochran has slung it around 32 times. Take a guess. How many passes do you think Christensen's made?
Attempted?
Yep.
46.
Not even close. 74.
Oh.
It's ridiculous.
That's got to be some kind of record.
I would assume. That pass checked down to Stanley Nordellis. Gain of 4, and they will hurry back to the line.
This is where Alaska's offense bites them a little bit. They got to have some deeper plays. We've seen it with Klein, but they can't dump it off like that.
The exact same play there again is Nordellis makes the catch, but his momentum carries him out of bounds. No gain on that play will bring up a 3rd down and 6 with the clock stopped. 2 minutes, 56 seconds in the ball game.
We've seen some questionable no-huddle decisions during these 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Plays being run twice in a row for nothing. The best was the first game, that no-huddle sequence, that drive that Tulsa put together.
Ken Gossett in the chat says he was going to get 75 throws, and he would have been pretty close. That one complete to Klein at the top of the screen, 4th down and 1, and they've got to go for it. But
Go!
Yeah, I don't know why they're not even trying. So interesting. Yeah, I think we had to have set a couple records in this game. I would assume, and I'm going to look into it, but 11 combined interceptions has to be some kind of record.
At least by 2 teams, I would say.
Nordellis with the check down, and that one's good for a 1st down, so they will go into the no huddle.
Well, the important thing there was to get the 1st down, but now you gotta say go, Klein, go.
And instead it's a check down to Nordellis again, and he stays in bounds. That'll probably bring us down to the 2-minute warning, and we'll probably
That's probably a good thing for Alaska's sake.
Yeah. And we might get, we do get one more snap, and he throws it down to Nordellis again, who is able to gain a few. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 following this 2-minute warning. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Wrap this one up here momentarily. Crowd still in it here in Tallahassee, Florida, as they are on their feet, willing the defense to get another stop. 3 receivers lined up at the top of the screen. Cochran throwing it down to the bottom. That one's complete to Optimus, and he's going to break away. Here's the big play you called for. It took a full minute to get there, but he's into the end zone for another touchdown. narrowing the gap, but it's still a big, big gap. Onside kick coming up.
I think the backups were in.
Well,
'Cause
that's
I saw
a
30.
little dangerous.
Well, but look. I mean, 36.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think they put in the
look at-
backups.
I mean, They got smoked.
Yeah, they got backup speed, that's for sure.
Yeah, back up to the end of the bench you go. I mean, I don't think that's advisable.
I mean, it was a 3-score game with under 2 minutes to go, but they still have all 3 timeouts, and it's still Alaska.
Right. To me, I'm leaving my starters into the end of the game.
I don't care if I'm up by 40.
With SFL Rejuva crystals, I'm leaving my starters in. I don't care if I break a jaw, break a leg, break a spine. You don't want to
Poke in
give
the
Alaska even a glimmer of hope.
That's right. Nothing worse than a vicious poke in the eye.
Because, right, even if... Okay, hold on.
Extra point is up and through. So 28-17, Matt, still a 2-score game, but a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and field goal would at least tie it.
Right. And, I mean, they might recover this. We don't know.
Yeah.
If they do, who knows what's going to happen.
So if Alaska recovers this one, then they're still in good shape. If they don't, they still have 3 timeouts. They just would have to prevent any more points from being scored. Kick is away and easily recovered by the Pride. So we'll see some plays run with, I would imagine, some runs to Francis. Maybe, maybe not. And
can you imagine if Alaska threw a pick 6?
Tallahassee, you mean?
I mean, Tallahassee.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, there hasn't been a lot of picks in this game, Matt, so I wouldn't expect to see one now. I don't know about that nonsense. So, but
I think Francis is going to see a screen or a run here.
Marcus Dunhill saying Vancouver. Oh, there's an out route to the top, and they stopped the clock. Marcus says that Vancouver and I threw 11 interceptions to open last season, but he had 8 picks himself in that game. So we're at 11 picks right now in this one combined.
It does stop the clock, but it gets 5 yards and 1 first down, and that's pretty much the Alaska death rattle. So it's not the worst play they could have called, but plus the field goal range situation too.
Yeah, that's the problem. Any more points, and it'll definitely be the final nail in the coffin. And these little out routes to Gossett have just been money all day long for the Pride. And Alaska is forced to burn their first time out as Gossett stays inbounds. First down and 10 from the 23. Minute 37 to go.
I hate it and I love it because Tallahassee could have easily just ran the ball to Francis 3 straight times. But if he doesn't get a first down, I mean, with those 3 timeouts, it's very interesting. But now I think the fat lady is spooling up.
Fat lady's at least at the podium, Matt. She's ready to begin speaking. Francis with his 400th reception on the day. Second down and 1 after a nice gain of 9 there inside the red zone, and Alaska with only 1 timeout. The fat lady is definitely queuing up the vocals. And Matt is hyperventilating or something.
I'm holding my breath.
Oh, okay. Well, that's frightening. Second and 1 for the Pride. 2 receivers to the top of the screen. Christensen will throw it to Francis, who gets the first down, stays in bounds, and the final timeout is called by Alaska. So with that, Tallahassee is going to come away with the win as they can kneel this one out. Next up for the Alaska Storm, they head to Mexico City, take on the Aztecs. Tallahassee Pride will also be 2-1. They're going to head to Denver, who, by the way, also won their game and are also 2-1. So the 2-1. You're confused? What are you confused about?
Just all these teams.
So Alaska's 2-1, Tallahassee's 2-1, Denver's 2-1, Mexico City's 2-1, and they all face each other next week.
Boy, that's gonna be a game of the week situation.
Yes.
Who are we gonna pick?
We'll find out on the. Wait, no. Not on the field. We'll find out in the Who You Got
on
channel.
the Discord.
On the Discord. But
I mean,
Who You Got.
I mean, they're not playing in this game, but how good does that make Baltimore look?
Yeah, Baltimore 3-0. How about the Atlanta Swarm, Matt? Atlanta hosting the convention this week and winning their game 3-0 for the Atlanta Swarm. Not to be overlooked by any means. Chicago, I believe, is also 3-0.
And then London just killed somebody today.
London absolutely destroying their opponent. So yeah, it's been a wild start to the season.
It's anybody's game.
There's Dominguez filling the screen one last time.
Sacked anybody?
He did. He got it. He had a sack. He had a sack earlier on in the season. I don't think he had one today.
I'm asking.
Check in with Charles Doherty, and no sacks. No sacks for the Alaska defense. Christensen just got the ball out too quick.
Whoa.
Kept flinging it away. That'll tick us down to the final seconds in this one. Your final score, Tallahassee Pride 28, Alaska Storm 17. As I mentioned, both of these teams are now 2-1, and so are their opponents next week. That wraps up today's game. Matt, your final thoughts on this one as we take a look at the stats.
Wow. 515 to 7 rushing, passing. I don't think I've seen a number, and the other side is almost as bad. I don't think I've seen two teams run the ball less, unless you're talking about the Minneapolis Maulers, who only had passing plays about season 5. But this has been, I mean, as this game got more airtime than our flight.
It sure did.
And more picks than Bonnie and Clyde robbing stores.
The Bonnie and Clyde reference.
Getting away with it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was a wild one for sure. Defensive battle, and Tallahassee just, Tallahassee was able to make more out of the picks that they got than Alaska was, I think is what it boils down to. Those points off turnovers, we've been talking about it all day long, and that was the difference in this one. 28-17, your final here in Tallahassee. That wraps up Week 3 SFL action. Convention weekend coming to an end. Week 4 will begin on Sunday afternoon, August 4th, with games at 2:30 and 5 p.m. Central Time. SFL Interactive kicks off at 7:30 p.m. that evening. Monday, you can look for a pair of games at 5 p.m. Fan Night Game of the Week.
Faces.
What's that?
And then our lovely faces.
And then our lovely faces, yes. Or at least voices. Our Fan Night Game of the Week returns in Week 4. And then the Fan Night Game of the Week will be back every week. So we'll get back to the weekly voting. I'm going to go ahead, now that the last game of the week is done, I'm going to go ahead and post the Fan Night voting early. So you'll get to start voting on Fan Night on Sunday. And you can vote on Monday all the way until 10 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday night, when Fan Night voting will come to an end. There will also be a pair of games on Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m., so you can watch those next week as well. So back to a normal schedule, and then things get all screwy again, but we'll cover that later. So that's it for this one as we watch the 18 million highlights, and here we go with the player of the game, Christensen.
Somehow.
58 of 77.
787.
515 yards, 4 touchdowns. The one stat they leave off that snazzy graphic for Christensen, but I won't let him forget. 5 picks for Christensen.
And a broken arm.
And a broken arm. Well, I don't know how he broke his arm. That's sad.
So many passes.
This has been a presentation of the SFL presented by APM Music. For Matt Wilson, I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us, and goodbye, everybody.